Hi everyone, welcome to Tway's Humble Kitchen. Today we're making tartlets with an almond chocolate crust and a caramel and chocolate filling. The full recipe is below, which makes 4 individual tartlets. For this recipe I'm using a 3-inch tartlet ring, but you can also use a pan with a removable base. So let's get baking! We'll start with the chocolate almond crust. These are the ingredients and amounts, which are also listed within the description. Start by sifting the all-purpose flour, almond flour, sugar, cocoa powder, and salt together in a sturdy mixing bowl. Then cut the cold butter into small cubes and cut it into the dry ingredients. You can do this by using a fork, pastry cutter, or butter knives. You can also use a food processor to pulse the mixture. Do this until the butter is well incorporated and the mixture almost looks like cornmeal. Then add in the egg yolk and keep cutting the mixture. Then add in the heavy cream and almond extract and continue cutting until the dough starts coming together. Finally, wrap the dough in plastic and place it in the refrigerator for at least an hour. Once the dough is cold, roll it out to about a 1/4 inch thickness. Use 2 silicone mats or pieces of parchment paper to make cleanup easy. Use the tart rings to cut out pieces of dough for the bases and then set them aside. Then cut strips that are a bit wider than the sides of the tart rings. Finally, assemble the tart dough by putting a base into a ring and then line a strip of dough along the inside of the ring. Press gently onto the strip to adhere to the base. Wrap the tarts in plastic and place them into the freezer for at least an hour. About 10 minutes before removing the dough from the freezer, preheat the oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Then remove the formed tartlet dough from the freezer and trim off the excess dough along the edge of the ring. Cover the pan with foil and place it into the oven. You can also blind bake with beans or rice if you prefer. At about 10 minutes, take off the foil and bake for an additional 15 to 20 minutes until the tart crusts are golden brown. If the bases puff up, gently use a fork to poke small holes to flatten them. Then take them out of the oven and let them mostly cool. Then remove the crusts from the rings. Next, we'll move on to the caramel part of the filling. These are the ingredients and amounts, which are also within the description. In a medium saucepan over medium heat, melt the sugar and water together. Periodically, swirl the pan until the sugar dissolves. Once it does, turn the heat up to medium-high. Let the pan cook until the sugar mixture achieves a medium brown color and then remove it from the heat. Then whisk in the heavy cream, butter, and almond extract. Then pour the caramel into a heat-safe bowl and let it set for at least an hour. Finally, we'll move on to the chocolate part of the filling. These are the ingredients and amounts. They're also listed within the description. You should only make the chocolate filling right before each tart is to be served. In a microwave-safe bowl, microwave the chocolate chips and heavy cream for 20 to 30 seconds, then mix them together until smooth. Then it's time to assemble. First, take a crust and fill it with the caramel filling. Then pour the chocolate over the caramel. Then use a toothpick to swirl the chocolate and caramel center. Enjoy! Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for upcoming recipes.